Hey, welcome back to another episode of Just Call Me Josie. It is definitely time for another update on my running on empty project pan. I've been having some health issues this past month, so I haven't been able to upload as much as I would have liked to, and I also haven't been wearing all that much makeup, and as you can imagine, that has obviously affected the progress on my project pan items. However, I still wanted to make an update and show you guys where I'm currently at because I have made some progress. Not a whole lot, but still some, so that is what we are going to take a look at today, so let's get straight into it. So let's start on a high note with one of my empties for the month. Now I only have two, but let's look at the bright side of life, shall we? And the first product that I managed to completely use up is this mascara from Ico. This is the Black Magic Mascara. It is just, well, it's okay, it's good, it's not holy grail by any means, and I will not be picking this up again. It's nothing to hang in the Christmas tree if you ask me, so yeah, quite happy to see this one go. And I have loads of new mascaras just waiting for me to dig into them, so I'm quite excited about that. I feel like seeing progress is key, so you don't lose hope and so that you have that sort of fighting spirit and you want to keep going with your project. So yeah, this one definitely gave me some of that willpower to keep going with the rest of my product. The formula did end up drying out quite a bit towards the end, and now I can't get any product out when I squeeze in this sort of tube. So yeah, nothing left in this one. Let's move on to my next empty for the month. This is my next empty. This is a single. I never know if these are marketed as contour or bronzers. They're marketed as a contour powder. So this is the Makeup Geek single contour powder. And the shade was Love Triangle, and it was indeed a perfect match for my really pale skin tone. Once I switched to this powder brush from Real Techniques, the powder went really quickly. So brushes can definitely be key when you try to use something up. But yeah, I don't think I will repurchase this one either, even though I did enjoy it. I have new bronzers now that I am excited to try out. That is the biggest perk that I see when I use something up. I get really excited because that means I can move on to something new and different and try that out instead. So I feel like that is my biggest incentive when it comes to product panning. Okay, so now let's move on to the products where I am close but no cigar, if you know what I mean. This is the Milani foundation. I've been wearing this non-stop as well. It does look like there's more foundation in the bottle than there actually is if you look up close. I'm actually at the very bottom of the bottle, so that is quite exciting. Now I have to screw it off and sort of scrape the bottom, so that is what I have left with this guy. So unless something unforeseen happens, this one should definitely be gone by next update, and I'm quite looking forward to that because I purchased this one, Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, and I also picked up the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation, so I am definitely looking forward to digging into these ones, but I am holding off until I'm finished. So next up we have the single Makeup Geek eyeshadow pan in the shade Creme Brulee, and on this one I have actually hit side pan, so yay for a side pan, that is always something. Quite exciting indeed, and I feel like I have also sort of expanded the middle, but I will have to check with the last photograph. And this is actually a shade that I think I would always want to keep in my collection, so this is definitely something that I would repurchase again, even though I do have probably 1,000 of this particular shade. But there's something special about Creme Brulee. I think it was my first sort of transition shade that I fell in love with, and so for those reasons I think I will always repurchase Creme Brulee. Okay guys, so now we have the most stubborn products left. I have 4 that I am struggling with a little bit, or a lot bit, depending on how you see it. First up we have this eyeshadow primer from Too Faced, and I put the mark down to here, so this is also one of those sort of close but no cigars, but this is going to last me so long even though the line is so far down. Trust me, there's a lot of applications left. Yeah, it's actually absolutely insane how far an eyeshadow primer goes, so I would guess about 20 uses. So yeah, next time I'm definitely going to see if I can find a travel size eyeshadow primer, and I will pick that one up instead because I'm done with the full sizes for a while, I feel like. Here we have the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray, and this one is probably not gonna be done by the end of the project. I feel like I would have to drench myself for that to happen. Because of the lines. I'm sort of moving steadily along at the same pace each month, so that's good, I guess. It's gonna take a hot minute for me to finish it, and it probably won't happen, but progress is still progress, and we are looking at the bright side like I said before. Next up we have Merlot highlighter from The Balm, and this one has proven quite difficult to go through as well. I think I underestimated the amount of product that was left, because I feel like I did hit pan rather quickly. Once I hit pan, the progress has been really slow from there. I haven't compared the progress photos yet, so maybe I have used more than I think I have just looking at it now, but I feel like I haven't really moved it that much. If I didn't have a Panda palette as well, I could definitely use this one on the eyes and get some more use out of it that way. But since I have a Panda palette as well, I am sort of focusing on those eyeshadows instead, so this one I am strictly using on the face. So for those reasons, it's gonna take a little bit longer as well. I think I've actually been really good with sticking to only this one. I have put on some sort of creamy highlighter bases underneath, but that is all. And once I'm reaching for a powder, it has always been this one. And then last in this running on empty product pan, we have a Colourpop single eyeshadow in the shade Lovely. In the previous update, I mentioned that this one had dried out completely and I wasn't really getting any sort of pigment payoff, and it was also starting to crumble. And in that video, got a lot of comments with different suggestions on how to revive this. So thank you so much to everyone that left a suggestion. I did end up mixing in a few drops of oil into this one. I will insert a picture of the before and after I mixed in the oil here so you can see the difference in pigmentation. So here is a swatch of it now. I have to really smooth it out to get these sort of crumbly, flaky bits smooth on the skin, but other than that, the pigmentation looks really good, so the oil definitely did help, so I'm quite excited about that. I did repress this one after I mixed in the oil, so I did hit pan once again after doing so, and that's pretty much the progress that I've made on this one. I hit pan once again, and that's about it. It does work rather well still on the inner corner as a highlighter, so I think that that is going to be the way that I'm gonna focus on using this one up, but it probably won't happen. I am not too hopeful about this one, but some progress is what I'm aiming for with this one. Okay, so now that the sun has entered my video, which rarely happens in Sweden, let's be honest, it is time for me to go. Thank you so much for watching this product pan update. There will be an update up shortly on the Panda palette as well.